This September, we enter a rare eclipse portal, a turning point that brings both endings and beginnings. So hold on to your hat. September is about to bring one of the most powerful eclipse portals we've seen in years. We're talking patterns of change, unpredictable twists, and rare cosmic alignments that are set to shake things up. So we've got 2 new moons in Virgo, one opening the portal at 0 degrees, a powerful beginning. This is not an eclipse, but it opens the portal. And the second, a solar eclipse at 29 degrees. Both of these are power degrees, powerful ending with this second one. It's very rare to have 2 new moons in Virgo. And this is an eclipse, a solar eclipse, and it's opposite Neptune and Saturn, marking powerful endings and turning points. Plus, we've also got Pisces total lunar eclipse that's deeply psychic and lucky with blessings flowing from Jupiter. Change is coming and it's going to be big. But before we get stuck into the readings, I have a very exciting announcement. My flagship course, Tarot 101, is now open for enrollment. This is a foundational course where I teach you the exact method I use to read tarot, not just vague intuition, but a practical system of patterns and numbers that gives you clear techniques that anyone can use. It's live now. Early bird offer ends on midnight, the 23rd Eastern Standard Time. So check it out. The link is in the bio. Okay, Taurus. So let's have a look at what's coming in for you. In many ways, this eclipse season is going to be a little bit easier for you than some of the other signs because it's making some positive energies. The eclipses are happening in Pisces and Virgo where the nodes are, and those signs are making, those energies are making very positive flows of energy to you. And also one of the big themes that are coming in for you when these eclipses will bring patterns of change, they'll bring resets, they'll bring unexpected changes and opportunities. And we're seeing the High Priestess coming in, intuition and sacred knowledge. So there could be a sense that for some of you, it might be like, I want to join a group, some kind of group where I get to work with my intuition. There could be some kind of soul growth in that, or that you are somehow finding that there is a new friend or friendships that are coming through for you, which feel fated in some way. There's also a sense of connecting to creative gifts that can come through as well. There could be also being able to let go of an old love story that was, being able to let go of something around that. It's joyful, there's something, if there was something negative around that, being able to let go of something that, if it was negatively impacting you. So again, these Pisces and Virgo energies that are coming in where the eclipses are impacting you are also in the benefic houses. So you guys are going to be doing well with this eclipse energy. So if these energies happen, then it will happen. It will flow easily for you. It will be much easier. Not saying that those unpredictable energies are not going to happen. They still could because it's an eclipse season. But it will be something that will bring you more joy and will be easier to kind of step into. So the High Priestess coming in, intuition and sacred knowledge, definitely, I feel like you're learning to work with your intuition in a very strong way, in a different way perhaps, and connecting with intuitive gifts, or even, like I said, connecting to groups of people. This doesn't mean that you have to go off and study tarot or astrology or anything like that, but you could. That would be also really good for this reading. But also maybe it's just you're with a group of people and you all feel quite intuitively connected. So let's see what else we've got. What's shifting and changing is the Death card, Scorpio, your opposite sign, Mars, Pluto, Uranus. This is where I feel like, yes, there is powerful endings. There's major changes and endings that are coming in. But with the intuition by your side and synchronicity and intuition flowing, it's much easier for you to flow through this and understand it and accept that some things just naturally end, and there's no point holding on to something if it just has reached its natural end point. So this in itself could be transformative. There could be an intensity around it as well. But I feel like you're ready to embrace the ending because of this intuitive flow, because your intuition saying it's time. So again, these things like the powerful endings and powerful new beginnings that I'm seeing in these eclipse energies, it's such an easier flow for you to be moving through that. And for some of you, it might be that your intuition is going through this huge rebirth. It might be going through this huge transformation where it's like, I didn't realize I had that, or I didn't realize I could use it in this way. It's going to be quite fascinating. So interestingly, we have, here we have the King of Pentacles, the beautiful Taurus King coming in. We have a sense that there could be some old wounds surfacing for you, and this might be able to lay some of them to rest and to feel like you're being very supported from the universe. We've got the peace and healing coming in with the Star card around this, and boom. The amount of times, like now the Tower has started to come out. This is the Eclipse-like card, and that's coming in. Boom. In comes unpredictable Tower, and something, your mind is being freed here. My goodness. Okay. Now, this is all about the choices and decisions that you may have been able to make in your life or in the past. There's some kind of wound around it. There's a wound around either a loss or an ending, or around a choice that was made. So whether the choice was made for you or you didn't have a choice around that, or you regret some of the choices you've made, or you haven't been able to intuitively trust the choices that you've made. But we have the situation, the Three of Swords. So this is a wound coming up to the surface to be healed in some way. It's crossed by the Six of Pentacles, which is a card of balance. So it might tip you off balance a little bit when this first happens. But it is about the giving and receiving, the Six of Pentacles. So did you not receive what you needed? Or did you give something and it was rejected and wasn't valued in some way? So it feels like that's kind of the wound around the giving and receiving, and choices that have been made around that are coming up. And this is, the eclipse energies want to reset things. They want to reset patterns in your life and saying that no longer serves you anymore. So it's actually really good that this is coming up, but I am feeling it in my heart. And so it might feel like, okay, I can, you might have to go through a little bit of emotions with this. At the base, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. So perhaps this is something you've been working on for a long while. It could even be connected to your work, like a pattern that has come up and is impacting your work in some way. And for some of you, you might actually be making huge work decisions here. I feel like some of you could be like going, kind of making decisions like, I'm leaving this job, or I am leaving this industry, or I am retiring, or something, or someone leaves. It just feels like there's major endings and rebirths, and the situation is being transformed. It definitely feels like it could be around your work or what you've been working on, but it feels like you've been put in a lot of work with whatever this wound is here. And in your conscious mind, we've got the Five of Pentacles. So this is some kind of challenge. It could be a financial challenge. This comes in when people are thinking, I'm leaving my job, I'm leaving where I'm living, I'm leaving something here behind. So challenging yourself to grow, absolutely. But it feels like there's a couple of things, like this might be wounding you now. Maybe you're not receiving the money or the feeling valued, because there's a lot of pentacles around you. So if that's, or something's just not resonating for you, that could come in. There's a real tangible shift that's happening here. There also could be something from the past where maybe you grew up and there wasn't a lot of money around, or maybe you didn't feel valued, or maybe you moved around a lot, or maybe there was something that occurred and you didn't get what you received, but you were kind of pushed into a growth cycle that didn't feel very comfortable with you, and there were wounds around that. So a lot of this stuff is around money, I have to say, money and choices around money. But also, there is a sense of also looking at the support that you received for something that really wounded you in the past. And sometimes if we go under these layers, they're all connected. The Scorpio energy wants to go deep into the psychology of it. And you're just like, maybe you haven't wanted to do that in the past, but this is what's coming up. In the recent past, we do have the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles represents money, success, and worldly success. Somebody that was quite there's a generosity to the King of Pentacles, but yet there was something that you haven't received or haven't been able to, or or haven't felt like if you were giving that it wasn't valued in some way. So it definitely feels like there are a lot of stuff coming up around worth and money. But in the near future, I love that we have the beautiful Taurus energy. That's what I'm saying, is that the Seven of Pentacles, moving through this is going to be a lot smoother for you in a way. So this is a transformative period when it comes to belief systems around money, self-worth, and old wounds, and how choices have impacted you in your life, and potentially choices around big things like loss and big things around a financial situation changing. They are big things, but at the same time, it's transformative. So in the near future, things are grounded down a little bit, which is the Seven of Pentacles. It gives you the opportunity, like you're not being pushed into something before you're ready. The Seven of Pentacles is very thoughtful energy. You're reassessing your investments of time, effort, energy, and money. And it may be that you're rethinking something. Maybe you're rethinking a budget. Maybe you're rethinking how much time, effort, energy, money you're spending on something here. You're given the opportunity to rethink it and repivot and change the direction that you're going in. Understand that this is a turning point for you that could be that just what you need to set yourself up with how you want to be set up in life. So it could make a really tangible shift and change for you. You're turning up as the Chariot. So the thing is, you're turning up really strong here. You're the Chariot, ready to take something on and ready to, very determined energy. You've got your armor on. You understand there's a challenge here, but you want it to be successful, like wanting to be successful. There's success and drive, especially around work and wanting to make something work. But there's wounds around that as well that are coming up. So if we can overcome those wounds, then we're stepping further into success, which is really fantastic. The energy surrounding you is the Strength card, and this is saying that you have to be resilient and brave and strong, and you might see other people around you displaying those sort of things as well as they're going through the eclipse season. But you are having to be very brave, or you have had to be very brave in the past, and to find your courage with the Strength card. Hopes and fears, we have the Star card. So whenever we have the Three of Swords, the number one card around to help heal that is the Star card, or the Ace of Cups. So we've got the Star card coming in, which is really beautiful. The healing is there. The opportunities, this is what you're hoping for, is to feel more hopeful for the future, to feel guided for the future, to receive the healing that you're needing. And I'm seeing the healing coming in, absolutely, but in unexpected ways. So the healing is, interestingly, coming in the element of swords. So the Three of Swords is the three swords that pierce the heart. It's not necessarily the cups, but it's the thoughts or what was said or the belief systems that have somehow wounded you here, or a message, or a big bill, a huge debt. It could be something like that. But in comes the element of air. Boom, the lightning strikes. This is all element of air. It's all breaking free of some kind of limitation that maybe you didn't think you could make this choice, but you can. And it's seeing that that is possible. This might feel like a revelation. It might feel like true strikes. It might feel like a moment of inspiration. It just feels like something is freed inside your mind, and you can now see that you have a very different choice that you could make here. There's a significant choice here, but you are the master of this, and it's only your mind that's stopping you from making the choice that you need to make or you wanted to make here. And there's this sense of liberation and freedom, of outgrowing something old and making a very new and different choice. Maybe it's outgrowing the way you've made choices or what sort of choices you've made in the past. But this is a realization that you can choose something different here. And it's a very exciting and different choice that is coming in that feels liberating for you, Taurus. So we have as an overall energy the Justice card. And this would suggest that there's contractual agreements involved with this, or agreements, contracts, even it could be legalities that come through with this, with the Justice card. Definitely a lot of stuff around work contracts or contracts around financial contracts, money contracts, relationship choices coming in with it as well. And ultimately what this is that your mind is being freed here for you to know that you can make the choice that is going to significantly help you get out of this situation that has been wounding you, and to be able to move past this old wounded energy. And it feels sort of unexpected but transformative at the same time. So let's pull an affirmation card for you, Taurus, moving through all of this. We have, I forgive myself. So maybe you've been hard on yourself with something that's occurred. As I forgive myself, I leave behind all feelings of not being good enough, and I am free to love myself. Again, this sense of you being freed, and it's at the base of all of this is around self-worth and I am enough. And there's something around you being free to make a new choice based on a positive energy of I am enough and I can free myself and make a new choice. So let's pull a charm for you, Taurus. And I just need to clarify that this reading is about the eclipse energies only. The September monthly readings are still coming out, and those readings will have the extended readings. Okay. Ooh, the peace symbol. Okay. Interesting. We have peace and also the cross. You can read it both. I sometimes turn it around. So, have you been hung out to dry somehow? Have you been scapegoated? Have you somehow felt like you were blamed, or you blamed yourself in some way? This is the martyr energy of feeling like you had to sacrifice so much, or that something has, somehow you are taking the hit or taking the blame for it. And I want to turn it around into peace, whatever this is, this scapegoat, martyrish, even victim energy, victim consciousness. It wants to turn around into something that feels to transform into peace. That's the message I'm getting here with this. So, yeah, it's pretty intense, I have to say, Taurus, but you'd expect that with the Scorpio death card coming in. It is your opposite sign, so it's something that does require balance. Something really tipped you out of balance or is out of balance here, and balance is being restored here with the Justice card. And so this is actually a good thing, because this is something that has been hindering you or harming you for a long time or along the way. And this in itself, trust your intuition, this could be a transformative process for you. So that's your reading, Taurus. Thank you so much. Please don't forget about my beautiful Tarot 101 course, my flagship course. It's now open for enrollment. This is a foundational course where I teach you the exact method I use to read tarot, not just vague intuition, but a practical system of patterns and numbers that gives you the clear techniques that anyone can use. You don't need to be psychic to begin, although that can open up. No memorization of endless meanings. I teach you a very clear technique, the one that I use all the time. And this is a step-by-step method to help you understand the cards, find connections, and trust your intuition. So it's a self-paced video course, and it's available now. You can book in now. And for the next couple of days only, I have an early bird price offer. And after that, it will go up to its normal price permanently. And so get in now if this is something that you're interested in. Check it out. The link is in the description box below. And please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Love to read your comments, Taurus, and take care.